Но... Почему там огромные кровавые следы все равно тогда? Если худощавую руку еще можно как-то... Ей кто-то помог? А кто мог ей помочь? Да. Что такое?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Блад, серьезно? Ладно. Во сколько я завтра хочу стрим запускать? Ну, я думала в обед, наверное, где-то часиков в 2. С 2 и, может, до 5. Где-то так. До 6, как пойдет.
Map of Vermont.
А до этого? До этого ничего. Ты что-то хочешь мне предложить? Да ладно, так и скажи, что хочешь мне что-то предложить. Не стесняйся.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
Кто такой Уильям?
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Блин.
The English and the Americans are preparing a peace treaty. It would appear that Emily is in secret discussion with Washington about reopening trade between the United States and England. If such an arrangement came into being, France would suffer dearly.
Идем дальше. Что тут у нас интересного? Я просто к нему пока не хочу подходить. Как хорошо убрана постель. Я аж прям сейчас... Блядь, ну конечно. Я как вспомню загадку с печаткой Пьяджи, это пиздец
Portrait
выносился.
of George Washington.
А прикинь? Я вот на легких загадках буду тупить, как я не знаю кто. А на тех загадках, которые кажутся тебе или кому-то еще сложными, я такая, ой, блин, да и вообще как 2 пальца об асфальт. Чё, взломать, не взломать? Я не могу оставить.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Ладно, пришло время с тобой поговорить.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Про опиум я, наверное, не буду ему лучше спрашивать, говорить точнее. А чё мне у него спрашивать, зачем она сюда приехала? Он же сам, наверное, не в курсе. Почему не буду говорить про опиум? Ну а что, если вдруг он подумает, что я его в чем-то подозреваю? Там, не знаю. Ну, опиум же мы читали о том, откуда он взялся.
Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir
Да нет,
Gregory
да, но
suggested to her
в смысле-
father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed. Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured, it looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Сказать. Что-то есть захотелось. Пол так скрипит. Почему я к Пьяджи не могу зайти? Ну ладно. А, это же моя комната. Мануэль Годой. Но Эмиль это сам... Ну, ладно. Будем зайдем. Фига хоромы.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
Ну как не понимаешь? Надо понимать. Зачем здесь эта картина?
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. P.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
Что, он даже ничего не скажет?
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds, painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
Мадам, а мед у вас имеется? По-любому есть.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will recover from this impasse. But King George's mental situation is slowing down our decision-taking. Thank you in advance for all your help. William Pitt, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. A drachma. Two coils circle the lock.
Блин. У меня как назло ключа нет.
Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell. A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham.
Там такое. Трусы. Какая-то кружечка. Чайничек. Слишком много.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Музыка что-то.
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times. No doubt she suffered greatly.
9 times? What monster is capable of such a horrible thing? Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Tell me, Emily, what's the nature of your relationship with Washington?
Oh, come off it, Louis. You're not going to go into a jealous rage, are you?
Да вообще,
I can assure you of that.
блин,
That has
алло.
nothing to do with it.
It doesn't really matter. Look, Louis, the President and myself are working on a number of commercial contracts. Nothing overly exciting.
You're lying, Emily. If these agreements come into being, they'll break Franco-American alliances for the greatest benefit of England. In order to know. We've found the murder weapon.
What is it?
A dagger, quite slim.
Have you found its owner?
Not yet. Still searching as it happens. That said, since the blade penetrated the body several times, the murderer's hand will have been covered in blood.
You think that's a clue?
The handprint was a very slender hand, Emily. Probably that of a woman.
Do you realize what that means? There are only 3 of us on the island. Bearing in mind that neither my sister nor myself had any reason to set upon the young lady, that means...
I know, Emily. I know.
Keep up your courage, Louis. I'm sure there's an explanation. You're bound to shed some light on it all.
If what you say is true, Emily, I'm less and less enthusiastic about shedding any light on the subject. I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily.
Ну, окей.
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Ладненько. Складненько.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Получено новое звание — библиофил. Прелестно. Это то, что я хотела получить. Что у меня по званиям? У меня что-то здесь есть. Я джентльмен. Джентльмен-библиофил. Молния. Звучит обидно. А, вот еще что-то есть. Ну, так-то копится, конечно. Осталось всего-то 3 навыка развить, чтобы вот это вот звание получить. А тут чё? Что-то тут вообще жестко. Так, ну как-то так.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
Это одни ужасы. Да, самое обидное, что там лежит мед, и я даже допрыгнуть до него не могу.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
С политикой не лады, да?
It's a beautiful weapon, a Levy Damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Убеждение. А, наоборот,
My
устойчивость.
dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son.
Ну да, было бы странно, если бы у Наполеона
Your loving
было
mother,
бы плохо.
Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
Была бы слабость, связанная с политикой. Блин, как это нелогично.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Amber crystals.
Другая
French
слабость.
actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty. Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, 2 great army chiefs.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Чё-то у вас мало времени.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Что ж, ладно. Тут...
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight, so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No. Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Were you able to recognize the prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark, and Lord Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway. Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
У меня пухнет голова. Я чувствую, как она раздувается изнутри. О! Наш этот мамонт. Что такое?
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're
Что
here.
такой дерзкий,
And have you
агрессивный?
got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Этот самый душный, кажется. Ну,
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
моя комната еще ничего говорит. Не хочу пока.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Одни соблазны в виде...
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests.
В виде всяких сундучков, которые можно вскрыть. Да. У этого картины почему-то про избиение младенца. Вон, там еще одна. И он стоит и смотрит на нее.
Nice decor for a revolutionary tribunal judge's room.
А он помещается в эту ванну? Извините за такой вопрос. Мне правда интересно.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible.
Кале,
I
вас
await your arrival.
будет ждать лодка.
Lord William Mortimer.
О, ключик. Вот это, кстати, интересная картина.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris.
It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris, and there's some well-known names on it.
This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Не, я такую же картину не хочу себе. Тем более наш... С двух сторон от кровати. У меня аж голос куда-то скакнул. А, вот еще. Это какие-то намеки или что? Опа.
Amber crystals.
A pattern with 4 circles.
О, мед, письма.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marie-Hélène.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Да я поняла, что это самое прекрати. Но тут же был мед. Я видела, там был мед. Где?
Dear Monsieur Père, I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Сука. Ладно. Че, поговорим с тобой?
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
Чего? Нет, блин,
All
поговори
right.
со мной.
Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
Какой мутный тип. Ладно, не хочешь со мной разговаривать, не надо.